Albert Einstein, the genius who redefined space, time, and reality itself. But before he became the most famous scientist in history, one of his own professors gave him a humiliating label. Einstein, you are a lazy dog. How could the future mind behind relativity be accused of laziness? And was it even true? Let's find out. Young Einstein's struggles. Born in 1879 in the German Empire, Albert Einstein wasn't the stereotypical prodigy. As a child, he spoke slowly and often seemed lost in thought. Teachers mistook his daydreaming for lack of discipline. In reality, Einstein was bored, not by learning, but by rote memorization and rigid schooling. University life at Zurich. In 1896, Einstein entered the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in Zurich. Here, he encountered Professor Heinrich Weber, a respected physicist, but one whose lectures Einstein often skipped. Einstein preferred studying Maxwell's theories on his own, rather than following Weber's outdated curriculum. The lazy dog incident. According to legend, Weber eventually confronted Einstein about his absences. In a now famous classroom showdown, Weber allegedly called Einstein out. "You are a very clever boy, Einstein. A very clever boy indeed. But you have one great fault. You do not like to follow in a prescribed course. You want to do things in your own way. You are a lazy dog." This supposed insult left its mark on Einstein, who reportedly never forgot it. Myth versus reality. Over time, the story evolved into a myth that Einstein was a poor student, even failing mathematics. The truth? He mastered calculus by the age of 15. His grades in math and physics were consistently high. What professors like Weber disliked wasn't his ability, but his defiance. The price of rebellion. When Einstein graduated in 1900, Weber's low opinion of him had consequences. Weber's reference letters were lukewarm at best, costing Einstein job opportunities in academia. Instead, he ended up working at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern. It was there, away from the academic world, that Einstein had the freedom to develop his greatest ideas. The patent clerk who shook the world. In 1905, his Annus Mirabilis, or miracle year, Einstein published 4 groundbreaking papers, including special relativity. The man dismissed as a lazy dog had just rewritten the laws of physics. The lesson behind the insult. Einstein's story reminds us that curiosity often looks like laziness to those who demand conformity. His so-called flaw, refusing to follow the beaten path, became his greatest strength. And sometimes, being called a lazy dog is the first step toward changing the world. For centuries, the tale of the lazy dog has been used to illustrate the importance of discipline and respect for authority. However, recent investigations have revealed that the story is likely a fabrication, a product of Cold War paranoia and anti-communist propaganda. Nonetheless, the lesson we can take from this story remains relevant. In a world that often values fitting in over standing out, it's easy to feel like an outsider. But as Einstein's life shows, being different isn't a bad thing. In fact, it might be our greatest strength. So next time someone calls you lazy for being curious or disinterested, remember it might just mean you're on the verge of something great. Besides being an acclaimed author, he's also worked as a graphic designer, which is how he learned the skills needed to animate short films and videos. If you like this episode, stay tuned for more stories of history's greatest misfits. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates.